guys, so this is another Andy Talks podcast. This is part 2 to yesterday, even though sorry that my videos are taking forever to upload. I looked into that and there's nothing I can really do, so just be patient, and they're slowly uploading. But this is part 2 in yesterday, just in case this one uploads first. Yesterday I talked a lot about how my career started and that sort of stuff, and what I did to get where I am. But this one I am doing all sections, so I am doing every section of the podcast, and so starting off with we're starting off with just the talks, and this is my setup because again, I could easily, well, not super easily, but I could get everything for the podcast from my recording studio right now. It's in the recording studio because I try to keep a lot of stuff in there right now because I do a lot of Zoom classes, and when I do the Zoom classes, I have a lot of space to dance, and actually in a little bit I'm moving my camera into there because I left that out last time and I had to push it back because it was starting to get in my way. So yeah, but this is a simpler, smaller setup, but it's something nice just for the podcast vibe. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue where I was. So something big about me is that I'm constantly working. I'm a hard worker, That's something big about me. And to the point where if I have a job done, I'll literally stay up and get it done. That's my thing. And this is true because the rules of the house is that when I sleep in here, because sometimes I sleep on a blow-up mattress in my parents' room, because sometimes this room gets either too hot, this room gets really hot sometimes, and there's not a fan in here, which we are going to be fixing that soon or we might fix that soon, but there is a heater in here, a personal heater, which is great. It fixes the issue of when it gets cold, too cold, I can just turn it on easily. Actually, I can turn it on with my Echo. So that's great. And also also the other night we did have an incident that was at first scary, but not. So what happened was the other night I was actually in here for a while, and I stayed up a little bit because or if I'm quiet, I can stay up and watch TV. I gotta keep it down, and not too late, but there's no exact time. So usually only I consider that 10:30ish. Sometimes depending on how much I have to do, but I got up because I basically at this point it was almost 10:30. I want to say this was 10, maybe 10:30. I'm not sure, somewhere around there or in between. And I got up and my dog Sam was begging me to go in the room with my parents, and this room started getting really hot and sweaty, and my parents' room is freezing cold, which is amazing. And because they have a window air conditioner thing. And at this point I actually just got done. That night I stayed up till 10:30, even though I wanted to go to bed sooner, but I stayed because I did have a job to do. I wanted to finish. I wish I would have told him sooner. or all of it is done except for there's the final line I have to put in, which I'm going to do after this video. And I did post on my Instagram that was done the other night, but, and I'm sorry, and technically I was late and it was late at night and I was tired, but I wanted to post that anyway. So I was at a point of I'm tired, I want to go to sleep, But then a little incident happened. So I went in my parents' room, which my dog Sam was really excited about. Currently he is taking a nap over there. It's on the floor. And I get all comfortable, getting ready to go to sleep. Even I'm thinking in my head yes, I'm excited to go to sleep, and all of a sudden we hear this noise. And it sounds like a siren. And to me it sounded, okay, I don't know how to tell. And to me it didn't sound like a siren. It sounded like there's this thing that it's like an instrument thing, and it's plastic. It's like a plastic tube with this swirly thing inside that from one into another, and it has a ball. And when you turn it to one side, it the ball goes and it makes a really cool sound, and then you flip it and it makes the same sound. But I don't know what it's called. But it's cool. It's a cool thing, and it makes a cool sound. And then my mom went what was that sound? And I'm at this point I half awake, half asleep, and my dad said it sounds like a siren, and it sounded like it was outside of our house. So at this point, my mom's go check it out. So don't worry, our doors were locked. And at this point, I was worried because I thought someone broke in, or I thought that someone I didn't know what it was. I thought that it was a police car. For all I knew, someone broke in somewhere in our neighborhood. I was freaked out. I didn't want anything to happen, and I wanted to go to bed. And so my dad went out, and all of a sudden he gets quiet, and I'm this is bad. He got kidnapped or something. I wasn't actually thinking, but I was kind of this isn't good. So all of a sudden we hear him just make a little noise, okay. He literally just kind of went okay. And he comes back. He literally said, okay. And at this point we're he's talking to someone. He was talking to him. So he comes back in the room, and it's a fire truck outside of our house. So where we live, there's a giant forest that if you walk through, don't walk through it. We don't ever walk through it because there is a lot of snakes and different things in there, and we don't know, and so it's actually not the safest to walk through. But actually we had a neighbor who said that they found an alligator or something. They found something back there. Or I forget what it was. I'm pretty sure it was an alligator or something. And when they were walking their dog back there. Luckily, they were fine. So pretty much, but if you go back there, at one point, people, the town, were trying to put houses and build a neighborhood back there, which is a bad idea because it's not safe. But second, and up in that area, floods super easily. It floods super, super easily. Well, someone basically went back there and, started a fire or something, and because there's a fence, and because as a neighborhood, everyone pitched in, including my parents, and we built a fence for the reasoning of that it's not safe. This was our stand of hey, because they were cutting down trees on our property and stuff. for something that's like not even a good idea and it's not safe. And they were like destroying, like they were bringing big trucks in and it was destroying our road and they weren't gonna fix it, When there were just so many things. Luckily we won that. And yeah, because someone like went to town hall or something about it, or went to like our town's mayor or something, and explained what was going on, and then got it fixed. But yeah, someone basically set a fire back there. Luckily, only it was far enough to where we couldn't like get affected from it, and like super fast. But like also like so it was kind of weird. And since they couldn't, because of the fence, they couldn't go back there, and it was so they were pulling and like tossing hoses like over the fence and like around the fence, which we also thought was kind of dumb because they were having them hooked up to water, to like a water or truck, when there's literally fire hydrant like right behind that they could easily hook it up to and like be more convenient also on there, and because it's closer and more water would get on the fire and stop it. So yeah, that happened the other night. And then my dad went out and like he went to like the front door and kind of watched it for a minute. Then all of a sudden my dog Sam starts barking at it because of he was hearing like a little bit, and he starts barking at it, and then so I had to get him, and I put him in bed and told him it's okay, like the firefighters are the good people, like you don't have to worry, because he was worried that someone was gonna break in. But then once I told him it's okay, and I put him next to me in bed, he was happy. And we were good to go. But yeah, that happened the other night. So, I kind of don't have much for like the story portion, but I do have one more thing. Then we are gonna go on to the second portion, and then I came up with 4 portions. And on top of story, and well, no, like in total, there's 6 portions to this podcast. So, first portion is story time, like. So, yeah, the theme of the podcast is what do you do, like, get your kid to the next step, like, my favorites, like, get to know what I'm doing, and maybe you can learn something from it, like, so, yeah, the final story portion thing that I have is, I had one in mind, I thought of it, okay, for a second I forgot what my final one was going to be, but I remembered it, and for me personally, okay, it's why I hate jeans with a burning passion. Here's the thing, growing up, I actually, was always up against wearing jeans. I never wanted to try jeans. And, like that situation, now I'm down to try them, but I won't wear them that often. The reasoning is, so first up, growing up, I always thought jeans were, like, these super uncomfortable things. And like, I always, like, when I was real little, well, actually, all the way up to like age 8 or, no, all the way to like age 11, almost 12, I wanted to be a gymnast. I love gymnastics. I watched so many gymnastics videos. I watched for Haley channel, and I watched another gymnastics channel. I love the movie McKenna. I still love that movie. It's an American Girl doll movie. And so, like, for me, and like I was kind of like in the sense that I always worked on leaps and stuff, and that's probably why I'm really good at leaps now, because I started working on leaps I think maybe at age 4 or 5, like from a very early age. Hey Sam, come here. Hey, say hi. Ah, what? You want to go out there with Grandma? Okay, I'll let you out. He wanted to go out with my mom and dad because they're eating dinner. I know, they're eating dinner at a super early time of 4. So, then, and like I always just been like really into working on flexibility, or just like the fact of that I want to be a gymnast, and also with the fact that I thought they looked uncomfortable until when I was age 11, almost 12, when I started dancing. The thing with I'll get to gymnastics more in a minute, because I came up with a ton of questions, and I came up with them, but for the question portion. And so, like, yeah, but then eventually, Bella's sister encouraged me want to just like feel the inside of a pair of like her jeans. I also did try on a pair of skinny jeans that like didn't fit her anymore, and she was seeing it made. I will never like skinny jeans because they were a little too tight for me, but I feel like jeans I'm okay with now. Like I don't absolutely hate them, and they didn't seem that uncomfortable. I literally stuck my hand in a pair. Seems some like not the most uncomfortable thing, and I was down to I was like okay, but the thing is that I'm a dancer and I like jeans. I take dance so serious to the point where jeans are off limits. Like I have so many things that I make myself say. Like there's so many things that are off limits for me because of dance, which is like and lately I've been taking dance even more serious than I did before. Like last year around April, I did the pink tips, which are still in my hair. I'm not mad about it though. So yeah, apparently splat hair dye. I like the permanent splat hair dye. Works really well on my hair because it basically first up it turned out really good. It turned out the color of the bottle, which I have really dark hair. Like my hair is literally kind of a darker brown color, or so it's hard to get any hair dye to really show up on my hair, and especially red, because here's why. Because I actually in the summer my hair gets red tint to it. So if you look just right in the sunlight, it looks like I have red hair. You can see a tint of, a slight tint of red to it. And so at one point I dyed my hair red. Well, no, it wasn't permanent. It was not permanent at all, but wasn't the one-time wash. It was a 30-day wash or something. And this burgundy red color, and it didn't stick to my hair. No, it stuck to my hair, but my hair didn't look any different because of the red tint that happens in the summer and spring. Just anytime that it's really hot out and super sunny. So yeah, for me, that was a big thing. So but there's so much that are off limits. For me, I make dyeing my hair any crazy colors now is off limits. The only color is either black, because like black can look very natural, or a lighter brown, which I would never do. Like no, not me trying to be offensive. I'm not sending offense to anyone who has a lighter brown hair. It's just that I personally don't think on me it would look good, and it's also not what I would go for. But that's on me. Like, if everyone looks amazing how they are. And blonde. I would definitely go blonde. I want to go blonde so bad. In fact, I was figuring out kind of what I was going to put on my Easter Bunny list. My letter to the Easter Bunny. And my parents like to make a room where only like 2 or 3 things. And like nothing like too over the top. Nothing too over the top. That's why last year, the Easter Bunny brought me Pac-Man. Because, in fairness, last year I only asked for like 5 things. I asked for 5 and ended up getting 1, but it was the thing that I wanted the most, which was Pac-Man. But also another thing that's off limits to me is jeans. Let's see. Any sort of clothing that's not stretchy. I don't do my nails super bright colors because of dance, because it draws attention to your nails. That's why, now, this is even a little bit lighter than what I would go for. I usually go for super nude in color, but I love this mermaid, or the nail polish that Skylar and her mom got me for Christmas. It's called Mermaid, and it's like a light shine. And it has a nice shine to it. So yeah, and then underneath it's just like nudes. I'm shocked it's actually lasting though, because nail polish never sticks to my nails. I literally have gotten so many different types of nail polish, none of it sticks to my nail. I got my nail professionally done once. Professionally done. I went to, a nail salon, got them done, and by the end of the day, it was coming off. Yeah, it was coming off my nail. So, yeah, nail polish hates my nails. And for once, this is actually sticking, and I'm really excited about it. Also, I don't like super thick coats on my nail, because I just feel weird when that happens. And I tried a gel nail polish, which I'm pretty sure you need, fake nails for, and then you do it on top of fake nail. But since I don't have any, I just painted my nails with that. And it was too thick. Okay, the polish itself was a nice nail polish consistency, but then when it dried super thick, and I took it off immediately because it was too thick and weird for me. But yeah, the reasoning, basically for Easter, I made my list the other day. We sent it to the Easter Bunny, and at first I was looking through what I wanted first to see, because I don't get to spend money anymore. Spending money is off limits now for me. And no, I didn't get in trouble. The reasoning is because of dance. Because I'm taking Zoom classes with Abby, and I'm the one paying my parents back for it, which I don't mind at all, but it can be kind of hard, because in the sense that, there's so much that I want to do, dance training-wise. So luckily there were only 2 things I wanted dance training-wise, and, I couldn't get them, so they're on my Easter list, which is a multi-loop stretching band, because my flexibility is horrible. And then also this I found this like stretching thing on Amazon, and I want it because like the thing that I like is that it helps with all sorts of flexibility. I think I have pretty good back flexibility. That's not where I'm struggling. It's my legs and my waist area that needs the help and stuff. So like, yeah. So yeah. So then basically what. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of wrap up this portion, but there's so much that's like off limits now, because of dance, and I'm like, sometimes, but at the same time, it's dance. I love dance, and so on to the like Q&A portion of. Well, first up, we're doing the TikTok portion of the podcast. So here's how the TikTok portion works. I am pointing out two. Okay, at first, when I first decided on this portion, I went like, I'm just gonna like pick two TikToks and talk about them that I watched that I really enjoy. I don't watch the For You page, and so a lot of the TikTok trends I don't see unless people that I'm following do them, because then I only watch the following section, because I get, like, here's the thing, the reasoning behind that is because I'm not the type that I like a specific type of TikToks. It's that I'm the type that I like who I like, and I don't want to watch people that I don't know or like already. So unless I'm following you, I kind of don't want to watch your TikToks, and it's not me trying to be rude. It's just that I know what I like, and usually, and it's always the like people that I like. Oh, now if I find you eventually, like somehow, some way, then, and I like you, then I'll start following you. But yeah, but now, because I realize every time it ends up just being the Eliana portion, because I'm addicted to watching Eliana. Like I'm constantly checking Eliana's like stuff. I'm constantly liking her stuff. Like Eliana is like a part of my life now. Like I feel like she's next to like the Siwa family. Like JoJo Siwa, Jesselyn Siwa, Jaden Siwa, like, you get the idea. Like, next to them, and then, Eliana and, like, the Piper Raquel Scott and her boyfriend, obviously, is what I watch the most next to that. So, here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna talk about a few TikToks that I like, and some Eliana ones, okay? So, one that I really liked, and then from the past week of what we're doing, and that Eliana did. This one I liked, but I also didn't like, and it was funny, because, which was, she posted a TikTok. So Eliana posted a video, like not too long ago, about, where Jordan Matters, which is a photographer that has like a YouTube channel and that I watch. Basically, third wheel her and her boyfriend for like a day, and like he was third wheeling, and like her and her boyfriend were trying to like make him uncomfortable, since he said that Eliana's too young to date, and like but luckily he didn't have anything bad to say about her boyfriend. He just said that his little Eliana can't be grown up yet. So yeah, in that sense. But she posted a TikTok, and he like kept separating them, and so I thought that was funny, and I kind of liked it since it was funny. But at the same time, I went like, I don't like it, because I like seeing cute or Jelliana TikToks, So that was like my favorite Eliana TikTok. One of them. But yeah, I love all of them. Okay. There was another one, but I forget what it was. Okay, but yeah, basically I love all of Eliana Longley's TikToks. Oh wait, there was one, but this one, we're also gonna do one. We're gonna do 2 flashback TikToks, which I'm gonna do now, which is, and like ones that are anytime before like the past week, So like last week or before, which 2 of them that I thought was really funny, or that I really like, when she did run, Eliana did run, and this one, and in it she said that like so everyone was saying how like a long time ago in like an interview or something, I forget, she said that she never wanted to marry anyone, and she was making a TikTok about like, did you change your mind? And she's like, I told Jensen that like if he stopped wearing like black jeans and like there was something that I'll marry him off the spot in a few years. And he was like, oh really? Okay. I like that one. The other flashback TikTok that I'm gonna do, I'm making the fast on, which I'm trying to think. Oh wait, it's the one where it's like she basically made TikTok doing like a TikTok dance, and he's in the background like holding the cat, and he puts the cat down, which I'm not a cat person. I'm sorry. And I don't like cats. I don't think I ever will. I'm sorry, not trying to offend cat people. That's just not my thing. I'm not an animal person. But I do love my dog Sam. So like, yeah. But like, she made, and in it basically she like starts doing this TikTok dance, and he's in the background like giving her the crazy stuff, but then smiling, and it's like, yes. The 2 TikToks that I like that weren't Eliana Longley was Piper Raquel did a TikTok dance that I thought was kind of fun, or like kind of cool, and there was one other which was, and in fairness, and God considered the fact that like most of what I watch on TikTok is Piper Raquel Squad, Eliana Longley. So the other one was wait, was it her? I'm trying to think who was. Oh wait, Jensen Ramirez did one. Eliana Longley's boyfriend. Technically, this wasn't supposed to lead to Eliana Long, but we're counting it because most of what I watch is where Eliana took over his account and posted in a TikTok of her doing a TikTok dance on it. Next portion of the video, because I want to move past the TikTok portion, even though I liked it, we're moving past, which is the Q&A portion. So the Q&A portion, I came up with a ton of questions, and I'm gonna answer all of them. So the first one is kind of a this or that question, which is gymnastics or dance, because, and kind of to turn it more into a question, and I chose this one because growing up I loved gymnastics, but now I love dance and stuff, and I'm also going to transfer it to explain why. So I'm going to explain why with whatever I chose. Now, okay, to be honest, dance wins by a long shot. I love dance 100%, and here's why. Yes, with dance, and like there is a lot more restriction, and considering like, like bright colors are off limits on your nails, it draws attention to your nails when you're on stage. Like with dance, it can be really hard, and like, it takes a lot of work, and like I'm constantly training to the point where I don't have a bed. I literally have a sleeping bag, a JoJo body pillow. By the way, all of this is JoJo, including the sleeping. A JoJo throw pillow. And that is my bed on top of my dance mat. Which my dance mat is not JoJo, unfortunately, but I do like it. Because I'm so committed to dance. Like, I don't take a bath now. Like, now, when I take a bath, I'm in the tub, I'm stretching, because I'm like, training never stops, like, I don't have time to stop and take a bath and enjoy it. No, that bath is me getting clean while stretching. And, I'm very committed to dance, but the only reason when I still to this day enjoy, gymnastics. I will never, not like it. It just dance wins me more with gymnastics. As much as I loved it growing up, and as much as I couldn't do it because Von Wilderbrand and my mom, the thing with that is that my mom has this book about Von Wilderbrand, and she often uses it to, win her way. And this is true because there were some stuff that, she brought up about it, and, you can't do this, you can't do that. And my dad went through the book at one point because I kept, getting annoyed, and, most of it, he told me he went, she's just trying to win her way. And yes, it does talk about these things, but, it never says that I can't. It just says be careful with it, getting my ear pierced. Let's see, trampolines. And, yeah, I didn't go on, actually not true. I did go on a trampoline once and didn't tell her, but my dad knew and he was fine. It was a one-person run at the Autism Center, But yeah, she uses it to win her gymnastics. But yeah, so at this point, but even with gymnastics, as much as it was fun and as much I loved it, it also didn't seem like my thing. I didn't know what dance was growing up, and that's something that I really do regret now, is not learning about it, because I think my biggest regret, well, honestly, we'll get to that question in a minute, but, gymnastics just always, there was always something missing. It felt fun, and it was always a lot of fun. I never took a gymnastics class because of Mom, but, at the end of the day, there was still something missing, and I didn't, listen to that part that was missing. And because I went well, there's nothing better out there. This feeling of liking this a lot is the best that you get out of life. And honestly, I wish I could go back and tell my past self that, that you're wrong. You need to listen to the feeling of, something's missing because gymnastics isn't for you, dance is. And that's the thing. So, yeah, with gymnastics, there was always something missing, and even though it was a lot of fun. So, the next question is, if you could pick two, what are the two things that you regret most? Well, honestly, I know my answers. The first one, these are not in order, by the way. And I wish growing up that I learned what dance was and really, knew what dance was, because I really regret, not starting dance sooner. I wish I would have started dance, at, age maybe 3 or 4. Well, no, I couldn't do age 3 or 4 because I was more at 4, but, I would say 6, when I'm at the beginning age, because I was going to more at 4 and Newport Head Start. which was what the building, or it was a class thing. So it was kind of like a daycare, but it wasn't daycare in the sense that it's supposed to be like pre-K, but the thing is that we never learned anything, so it was pointless. But yeah, I really wish that I started dance at an earlier age, because now I am behind in dance. I should be at a 15-year-old level of flexibility and just everything. And I'm very advanced when it comes to dance, but flexibility-wise, I'm not there. Everything else is like right where it should be, actually above where it should be. So that's good, but flexibility not. Here, I'm gonna clear up some more space. Okay, sorry. I had to clear up some space so I could finish this. But yeah, I really regret not starting dance at an earlier age, because that's just something it's just something that I always will regret, probably. And the other thing is not telling my crush that I liked him, because it is what it is, and that will always be a thing. Because if I told him, I wouldn't be here. I would be happy. I would be living every dream of mine, just happy as I can be. But now, now at the same time, it is what it is. So the next question is what is your favorite style of dance, or top two? Honestly, this is shocking. This one is honestly very shocking, and because at first, when I first started dance, I'm gonna tell you what I would have said when I first started dance. When I first started dance, I didn't know a lot about dance. I knew ballet, a little bit of tap, and modern jazz. And back then, I would have told you that it was modern jazz, and modern jazz and tap. That's what I would have told you, because both of them were kind of fun, kind of different, and I always from the beginning was never ballet. I can sit through ballet. I can do ballet. I'm really good at ballet, but it's never been one of my favorites. It's always been kind of one of my more least favorites. But now, my answer now is hip hop and contemporary, because I love to perform. I love to get to my audience, perform the performing element, and I just love it so much. But yeah, and I gotta thank Abby I gotta thank two people for this. Well, technically three or four, which is I do gotta thank Abby Lee Miller, for doing these Zoom classes, because I gotta thank Melissa, a hip hop teacher that teaches with Abby. Because I'm also gonna thank JoJo Siwa. And there was one other person I'm trying to think of who it was. Oh wait, Eliana Wongsley, that's who it was. The reasoning that I have to thank these people was because I always looked up to Eliana, because Eliana is a fabulous dancer. Or she can learn anything and make it look amazing. She's a really good dancer, and that's why she's in the mix. like she's one of my top favorite dancers, and I feel like with her, she went through a lot on the show Dance Moms, like a lot. Like no one liked her mother. Producers kept staging her mother, like that situation, and stuff. Like she went through a lot. And she was on the mini team, which was like not like if you were on the mini team, it wasn't as good as like being on the junior team. But then she moved on, and Abby brought her back for season 8, and that was incredible. And she's always been one of my favorites on Dance Moms. My least favorite on Dance Moms has to be Kendall. No, and I feel bad saying this, but it's true. Kendall, first up, she always seeing her mother. I never liked her mother, because her mother always seemed like, oh, I only care about my daughter, or is the only one. I'm gonna take every opportunity for my daughter, and it's great. But when someone else would get the opportunity, instead of being happy for them, she would be like, she would go down there and complain to Abby and be like, my daughter deserved it more, or that person messed up, so my kid should have it. And I never liked her and her mother, because it's not that I never liked them, it's just that they always seem to make it like, oh, she's the best one on the team, and that everyone else, is just taking opportunity that her daughter deserves. And I still enjoyed watching them on it. It made the show they have another it made the show have a little bit of drama, and I liked it on the show because and what it did for the show, but at the same time my least favorite on the show was them. Then the other, but JoJo, the reason I have to thank JoJo is because JoJo, well, first up, JoJo kind of showed she is most known now for doing a lot of hip hop and that situation, and she's really good at that. And honestly, JoJo really inspired her and Dance Moms. I wouldn't be where I am because she really showed me a little watching her videos and music videos. I got to really see what doing a music video and having fun is and not always focusing on the side of, oh, this is a job I need to get done. It's oh, this is just a fun day and we're getting a job done. But we're having a lot of fun. And it's she really pushed me to find what I love and go with it 100% and more. So yeah, and she showed me a little bit of what hip hop and stuff was. It's my dream to meet her and her family. And then I gotta thank Abby for doing the Zoom classes, and I always looked up towards Abby. Abby Lee Miller is incredible. I met her through Zoom. She's harsh. She's tough. She likes to point out your flaws. She likes to be hard on you, but it makes you a better dancer. She was hard on JoJo and Eliana, and look where they are now. So, she's a really great teacher, and honestly, if you had to, I actually thought of the next question, which we'll do in a minute, but I love Abby. Abby, the thing with Abby is that she's tough and she's harsh, but at the end of the day, she still loves all of her students. At the end of the day, she's never gonna want one of them to go out and break a bone. She's at the end of the day, she's happy that she helped someone. She's happy she improved someone's dancing. Oh, and at the end of the day, she's just the best. It can be really nice, and she loves to see improvement and stuff. I would, if you want to, if you want a little like mini challenge, you can go back and count how many times I said at the end of the day. And we will include that one that I just said. No, and then, but if you do that, please let me know on Instagram, because I actually low-key want to know. But the next, oh, and the reason I have to thank Melissa, 1 second. Have to like something real quick. Okay. But the reason I have to thank Melissa, which is a hip hop teacher that teaches with Abby, is because I learned what hip hop was. I really grew a confidence level. Like, here's the thing with dance, it is cutthroat. That is true. Like, with dance, it is very much like really tough. Like, you want to be the best, and you don't want a second place. You don't want a third or a fourth, or like you want first or you're the worst. Like that situation. Like that is a saying, and like with that, I feel like there is a point when like being like she like you never want to like feel bad. Like here's my thing is that you don't want to feel bad at the end of the day. At the end of the day, and if you play second, you want to say, hey, I did my best. But at the same time, with dance, it's really hard to do that because with dance, it is so cutthroat, like to the point where, like, if you mess up, someone probably is gonna scream at you about that. You know, like if you play second, and Abby's gonna get on you. Like, there isn't like, that's what dance is. It's very hard to do, but like at the same time, it's a lot of fun, and it's something that I enjoy a lot. But yeah, but I learned what hip hop was from Melissa. She taught a hip hop combo, and I loved it. It was so much fun, and I really did enjoy it because dance is really hard, but at the same time, like, it's really incredible. And I feel like after taking her class, I just felt a lot more confident with hip hop, and I proved to myself, hey, I can do hip hop and be really good at it. So yeah, the next question, and yes, I thought of one, and now I forget what it is. But I also love contemporary because, I'm a performer. I love performing. Like, there was, trying to think of what the next question was going to be. I'm going to, only do, 4 more questions. And, wait, I thought of one, which is, what is something that, with dance, have you always been super confident with dance? Was there ever a time when you weren't so confident with something? And if you aren't, how did you handle that? The answer to that is honestly, the thing with that is that I always been pretty confident. Yes, when there was a point when I was, getting used to, I was always kind of knew that, hip-hop, I wasn't going to be as strong in as, lyrical or ballet because I naturally have the technique. But for me, it was definitely, once I got adjusted to doing hip-hop and I learned it a little bit, then I was definitely a lot stronger. And honestly, I don't know what's not being confident with dance. So I can't really help you there. The next question is, why do you not like ballet as much as other styles and tap? The reasoning is because I like performing. I love performing. I would say I'm actually really good at it. I like using a lot of face and stuff. And with ballet, it's a right and a wrong. Ballet is really tough because there isn't an adjustment. It's always, you do it this way or you're doing it wrong. there is no, oh, let's change it so you can do it easier or something. Like, that's not a thing with ballet. There's a right and there's a wrong. And if you don't do it right, you're doing it wrong. So yeah, like ballet is really hard. And I always loved a hard teacher. I always loved a style that was really hard. It pushed me a lot. But at the same time, like, it's just not the same, like, performing and stuff. So yeah. And the reason behind tap is because the reason tap is my second least favorite style is because, not because of the actual style, like, okay, with tap, it's hard to do, but also, like, I feel like depending on your routine, depending on how it looks, and I feel like with tap, my issue is that I am terrified of slipping and falling. So yeah. The third question, we got one more after this, which is what is, like, if you're not so good at something, what is your tips? My tips is, honestly, flexibility is something I'm horrible with. I am horrible with it, and that's honestly true. And my flexibility has improved. And honestly, what I would say is work, 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 and work. If you fall out of your turns 5 times, get up, do them again. Keep going. Like, you don't stop working. And for me, I love the saying, training never stops. I actually have merch coming out that says that because of how many times I told my dad that. So yeah. Okay. But I literally don't ever stop training. Yeah. So but yeah, with me, honestly, the final thing that I'm gonna say is, or like question-wise, then I'm gonna just end it. I was gonna do like another couple of categories, but I feel like this video is long enough, which is like, it's kind of the final question, which is how do you dedicate your life to dance? Like, if you're a dancer, should you dedicate your life to it? And if so, how do you? Because I honestly dedicate my life to dance. Dance has literally taken over my life, and my room, kind of. Pretty much, like, I would definitely say you should. Like, if you're a dancer, dedicate your life to that. And that, because it's really hard to not dedicate your life to it. Like, like, I feel like I love when people dedicate their life to something that they love so much and stuff. So yeah, definitely dedicate your life to it. And the next thing is, how do you, like, dedicate your life to it? Because that was the second part of the question. It's honestly, okay. It's finding what you can do to improve your life. What I mean is, like, when you're at home, like, think of ways that you can train at home because you're constantly training. Like, that's a big thing, is you're constantly training. Like, for me, and also figure out, like, how you can train at home. Like, make a space if you can. Like, here's the thing. And I couldn't make a space. Like, as much as I wanted to, I'm the type that I'll dance for people. I love doing it. Like, that's the one thing, is that I will not sing in front of people that I know. But, like, unless I'm there to sing, then it's a different story. And that's something that's really hard. And for me, like, there's so many things that, like, would be nice, but I don't do them because dance, like, so for me, like, I think I haven't, okay, let me do math. I'm pretty sure I haven't spent any sort of money in a while, in, like, months. I mean, like, at least 6 months that wasn't on dance stuff. And that's honestly true. Like, it started with the cheater shoes, the hanging stretcher, or which this little girl had. And wait, I thought of the final question. Okay, we're answering it. And then also like these like ballet shoes. They were supposed to be point shoes. They ended up being ballet shoes, and also they didn't fit me, so I gave them a 0 out of 10. Yeah, because I hated them. They were like maybe okay this big, and that okay next to my foot. That's like not gonna work. Like they were super tiny, but like even then, like sorry, I thought I saw something, but I didn't. But like for me, I'm definitely like very big at like dedicating my life to dance. But like I at one point I did the dance hammock, and then that month I did the dance blocks. Actually, no, I was gonna say something else, but then I realized that would be wrong. But yeah, I'm constantly getting stuff for like dance and stuff. Like it's constantly like, well, no, actually, I feel like I'm wrong there. I feel like at one point I did spend money on or an allowance on something that wasn't dance. But like with the dance blocks, there's a story behind them that I'm gonna tell real quickly, which is that I was planning to put the money towards merch, but then we ended up deciding to do stickers. But that was like at like not too long ago when we decided to do stickers, and like we're gonna finish merch like soon. And now it's just creating the website, putting it on there, and also printing out a few more. But like I but I didn't pay for that. My dad did because he could get points, like or he could get like $4 off if he like went ahead and did it because he had Prime. And so like or just different reasoning. And so like the thing with it though was that like I'm trying to think of but like last minute I was watching this video one day and I already handed in wait that's what it was that I didn't spend money on Dan was my Five Below video where I like tested a bunch of Five Below things. Well then and that was on that I gave my dad the money and all of a sudden and I was watching an Abby Lee video. And she did like a warm up routine video. And in it she talked about dance blocks and how it's good to like overstretch and stuff. And literally that second I paused the video, I went and went like that and used the rest of my allowance, order some dance blocks. So we ordered these, and that's kind of, at that point, it was definitely one of my best decisions. It was a good decision because I'm overstretching with these, and now I almost got a regular split and an oversplit. In the time that just stretching would have taken me just to get like even slightly, and like to even make like a little bit of progress just for normal stretching. Using these, I'm overstretching. Basically, stretching normally wouldn't get me super far super fast. Using these, I'm overstretching. Therefore, I am so close to an oversplit and a normal split because of overstretching. Highly recommend overstretching. Abby also recommends that. Yeah, but honestly, I even, like, at one point my dad went like, so like we ordered the JoJo tent and at first didn't expect it to be the sizing that was. But also, like, that was on me, you know. And literally, I enjoyed it for a while, and then all of a sudden one day, and I went like, what's the best? I was thinking like, what can I do for my dance career? I went like, I get rid of the tent, then I can just pick up the sleeping bag and the body pillow and the throw pillow, put in the recording studio, and boom, I have boom, I have an entire room to dance in during the day. My dad was against this idea, but because honestly at this point, my mom doesn't care. She's like, at this point, whatever I'm going to do as long as I sleep in here and stuff, which has improved a lot. And so, like, because I sleep on a blow-up mattress in there. But, like, and even now, my dad still complains about sometimes, and I'm like, best thing for my dance career. So, yeah. Yeah, but the final question, because I did remember what was when are you teaching this little girl dance again? And how are you teaching? So, it's kind of hard now because she started school, like she started pre-K, and so that makes it it makes it harder in the sense that like when she comes home from school, she's usually like tired and stuff and doesn't come home until like around 2. But also like in the sense that just that. So I did actually like ask her yesterday. I texted my niece about it and like, hey, like I can do it through Zoom or FaceTime or in person, and she's like, you might do it through Zoom or FaceTime. And I went like, well, I just can't do Friday and I can't do Sunday because those are my dance days. Well, Friday usually isn't, but here's my thing is that I'm gonna continue looking for some Zoom classes because, but like usually Sundays I take dance. Tomorrow is a Friday, I'm taking dance because Abby couldn't make it last Sunday, so she put us in her Friday class. So, yeah. And so, that situation. But I'm like busy, those are my hardcore dance days. And also we did get invited to something and like the day before Easter or something. And we honestly might go. It's a family thing. So like I probably won't post. I might post, but I'm at Cypher because Bella's supposed to be there. So we don't know if we're going, and I'm like at this point I want to go so bad to see Bella and stuff, and it's just like I've been working so hard lately with social media and dance that I need a little break. I need a family day, so that hopefully will happen. But even then, I know me, and I know that I'm not going to take the day off. I know at some point I will post something. So yeah, but I'm pretty soon I'll probably teach this little girl dance again.